Alright, welcome everybody. So today what I'm going to be going over is a problem that my Sega Saturn has. So my Sega Saturn is hooked up through an HDMI cable that runs back to my PC monitor over here on that side of me. It's hard to tell where my finger is sometimes. Okay, runs to that side. So my setup is kind of simple. All my consoles run off an HDMI, go back to my computer monitor. There's a switch under my desk that allows me to switch in between them, all the consoles, so that I can get them up on my computer monitor for playing. So I can sit here at my computer desk and play my games, whether it be my PC games or my console games. Now, the Sega Saturn had a problem that my Sega Genesis did with the cable that I purchased. As most of you know, you got your like Pound, Hyperlink, all that to make HDMI cable adapters for those units. Not only that, they do it for the Xbox, the OG Xbox, the Nintendo, stuff like that. So this is an example of what one of them are. This is the HDMI cable. This one was originally off one of my Genesis units because I have two of them. This unit right here has the same problem that my Saturn one does. I bought it from the same guy. Actually, the guy gave me the Saturn one for free. I didn't have to buy that because I was having issues with his Genesis one. I went through three of them. The guy, not going to downgrade him, not going to say anything really bad about him, nothing like that. The guy was try. The issue was that if left plug into the power source, which is a little USB port right here, USB, I think that's C or whatever. It's not a C, but the mini USB port that powers it up. If you leave it plugged into power, didn't matter if it was on a computer for low power drain or whatever, the sound would die out. And I'm going to show that with my Sega Saturn here in just a minute, because I'm going to be doing a two-part video on this. Because I did buy a different one that I'll be hooking up later. But I kind of want to show what goes on. So I'm going to fire up the Saturn. We're going to see if there's any sound on it. And I'm going to play a game that I picked up a little while ago. Haven't even fired it up yet. It happens to be a really great fighting game on a Saturn. It is Last Bronx. As you can see, it is the Japanese version. I do have a action replay card in my Saturn right now, so I'll be able to play it. This one's kind of interesting to me though. It's a 2-disc set. You got disc one here, which is a special disc. Why is it my phone always does that when I'm recording? And then disc 2, which is the arcade disc. So I'm definitely going to start with the arcade disc. Not going to go with the other one yet. I'll try a special one later. But I'm going to go ahead and get that started. So hang on a minute. All right, my Saturn's turning on. Apparently my battery's still no good, so that's always great to know. Make sure I got sound coming through everything here. So as you can see right now, there should be sound even in this screen. There is nothing. Not going to worry about all that right now. Alright, so there we go. The Sega Saturn is up. Action replay is up and running. Go ahead and pop in Last Bronx arcade disc. Okay, you can hear that popping noise. Now that is coming from, that was loud. That popping noise right there, that is coming through the HDMI. Let's pop in the game once and see what happens here. Now originally when I owned Last Bronx, it was the US version. This time I bought the Japanese version. And I mean, you can see there is absolutely no sound. Hey, look at that. I can't read Japanese, but that's alright. Who was my favorite character in this game? I don't remember. It's been too long. I do know the difference between the American version and the Japanese version is this is actually based off in, I believe it's an anime series. So that's why there's a little bit more stuff in the Japanese version, because it does have, I guess, a story in there. It's been a while. Boom. This has always been a really fun game. But where is my sound? So as you can see, there is no sound at all from the game. Since I am running this off the HDMI off my computer, I do have a sound bar that goes onto it, so I will get sound. I'll show you that too by just firing up something else. Let me just win this fight real quick. Whap! Smack you in your head, buddy. Alright. So that is the Sega Saturn with no sound. So what I'm going to do in part 2, of this is I'm going to unplug that USB port that hooks up to it, to the HDMI. And then right before I get ready to play, I'm going to plug it back in, and I guarantee you there will be sound back. Or there should be. Granted, I've let this plugged in for quite a while now, knowing that the sound wouldn't work. But sound should be back. And just to show that I'm not lying or anything, I'm going to switch on over to one of my other units real quick. And just kind of show you what goes on here. So hang on a second. Let me go ahead and fire up the Dreamcast. I love it when the picture's way the fuck off on this thing. Readjust that real quick. And see, Sega GT is loading perfectly. So yeah, there you go. This example that there is sound. So there is something wrong with... Go ahead and turn off the unit for a minute. So what that shows me is that that HDMI cable, which I don't even remember how to put the other one at right now, but the HDMI cable that I'm using on my Saturn, there's definitely something wrong with it. Just like the one that I used to have for the Genesis that is sitting right, the camera's actually sitting on right now. There was a problem with that one where his biggest complaint from the guy that made these, and that's my cat, the biggest complaint that was made is that he had these sounds cables reversed. So your left channel, right channel were the exact opposite of what they should be. So that right there kind of shows you that, you know, there was a problem there. People did complain about that. He definitely didn't fix it in any of the ones I had. It's not even fixed in the Saturn one when it works. But that was an issue that the gentleman had. You know, I give the guy credit that I bought these from. I bought these off of Amazon, so I don't remember who it was, and this was several years ago now. I give that guy credit though. He was trying his hardest to make sure customers were happy. He gave you a warranty on it that I think lasted a year or two. And that guy, he did everything he could to try to make you happy. He'd replace them for free. I mean, he even sent me the Saturn one for free since he found out I had a Saturn. You know, so the guy, or kid, I don't even know how old he was trying his hardest. And that's all you can really ask for some people, is that they try hard at what they do. And he was. He was passionate about what he was making. So what I'm going to do though, that Saturn one and the Genesis one, I'm going to actually take those apart and see if anything is burnt on them, if a resistor blew or something like that. Just to see if maybe that's the problem. Maybe he just was using a really bad resistor, didn't realize it. But stay tuned for the next video. I'll post another one tomorrow. I'm going to unplug that cable from the Saturn one, the little USB one that gives it power, plug it back in and see if my Saturn returns with sound or not. And we'll see how long it stays in. But thank you for watching. Until the next video, click that subscribe button, click that bell if you're enjoying these videos. I'll be making more. I'll be buying some more games soon. More ROM hacks and everything. So stay tuned.